What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Flatwalk, Please podcast. I am your host, Kim Richwine. I am so excited to sit down with none other than the woman, the myth, the legend, Blaise Broccard. This female performance trainer sat down with me without knowing me after a cold call, and her story was really cool to listen to. We heard her origin story in the breed. We got to know what it's like to be a female trainer in the industry. We also discussed one of the biggest nightmares that any equestrian can go through, a vehicle accident. She talks about her journey and comeback through that. And I think that in this episode, what she shows me, at least, and what I hope she shows all of you, is that behind this gorgeous smile that Blaise Broccard has, there is some grit, some spiciness, some competitiveness to Blaise Broccard that I didn't know existed. And I'm so glad that I got the chance to sit down with her. Let's jump in.
It's time for Flatwalk, Please, with your host, Kim Richwine.
Today, I am sitting down with Blaise Broccard. I am so thankful, Blaise, that you sat down with me today. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
We are here in the Shelbyville Library once again in the history room. They've been a great place to record, and I'm so glad that you could join me here today, like I said. Start off with questions that are just basic introductory questions. Where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
Yes. And then my family, they all still live there.
In town, or were you in like a suburb?
No, more in the rural area. I'm about probably 30 minutes outside of St. Louis.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me about your family. Did they have horses as well, or did all of this begin with you?
Well, they did whenever they were younger, and then they kind of, after, my parents got married and everything like that, they didn't. And then when I was about 6 years old, I really took an interest in horses, and I got my first horse. But my mom, she had actually ridden walking horses when she was younger. And my dad, he worked on a dude ranch in Montana. And
okay.
Yeah. So
what are their names and what do they do for a living?
my mom's name is Pia, and she's just an at-home mom. And my dad is John, and he's a landscaper. And then I also have a stepdad, and he works in the car business.
Nice.
Yes.
Are they all still located in Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. And you got your first horse at 6?
Yes.
My gosh. Was it like for competition, or was it more based to trail ride and just have a home? Or
He was old. He had about 1 foot in the grave. His name was Red, and he was the best babysitter ever. I mean,
seriously?
Yes, I could do anything with him. And he really, a lot of times those old horses, they'll kind of teach you how to ride in their own way. They'll be hard-headed enough to give you a little bit of trouble, but they'll take care of you. And he was perfect.
Oh, what breed and what is his name?
He was a foxtrotter, and his name was Red.
Red.
And he was ugly. Ugly.
But he was yours.
Yes, but he was mine.
And you had him at home? You didn't have to board him anywhere?
Yes, I had him at my dad's house, and he was perfect. Great horse. Great first horse.
That's awesome. You said he was a foxtrotter, so did you end up going to any competitions, like foxtrot or open shows or anything?
No,
like that?
not really. We did local shows, and we'd go every weekend to something like that. But as far as just professional competition or anything, no.
Okay. So then, if you went to shows around you, then like when I say open shows, that's just like every breed,
right?
Kind of was there. Do they have anything like gaited classes for you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had your open gaited or yeah.
Okay.
And I'd go in that, but he just he was terrible.
And so, how long did you have Red in your life?
Oh, I think we had him for the rest of his life, and I think he passed away when I was maybe a freshman in high school. So,
oh wow, you had him a long time.
Yeah, he lived a good life for sure.
No. So then, how did walking horses come into your life specifically, and what was the first one that you had?
Well, my mom, like I said, she rode walking horses whenever she was younger with a trainer named Ken Taylor.
Okay.
And when I was about 6 years old, she took me down to his barn one day, and I was hooked. He put me on my first padded horse, and
really?
Yeah, it was over after that. I loved it, and I was a really shy kid, but I spent a lot of time with Ken. He and I are super tight. We still are. And I'd go every weekend, every day I had off school. They'd drop me off early, and I just spent every minute with him.
Wow.
Yes, and my first walking horse, his name was Sponge Generation X, and
did you say sponge?
Spun, S-P-U-N, yeah.
My mind went SpongeBob so fast.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah, his name isn't really good anyway, and that would have been Bless him. With all
I'm sorry about that. I don't know.
it's
Like,
okay.
That's the first time I've heard the word sponge in a walking horse's
No.
name. But could you say it again just so I can edit that in there? Sorry.
Spun's Generation X.
Okay.
Yes.
And a padded horse.
Yes, he was padded.
So in what division was he showing when you had him?
He was 11 and under.
Okay. How long did you have him?
Probably, I'd say maybe 6 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
which we ended up taking him after his show career. We took him home, and we also showed him locally and just as a flat shot horse.
Awesome. Did he end up on the trails with you? I see social media that you're a trail rider as well.
I am a huge trail rider, but no, I didn't really start doing that until I moved down here.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
That kind of really took a big interest in trail riding.
Can you tell me about your first job in the walking horse industry, how that came into your life and
Yeah.
what made that all happen?
Well, I moved down here after high school. I was 17 years old, and I went. It's kind of a funny story. My mom printed me off a resume, and I went barn to barn in my Ford Explorer with my resume, and I got turned down left and right. Nobody needed help. They definitely didn't need help whenever I walked in the door.
Get out.
Yes, and I'd hand them out, and I'd go back to different places every week, places I really wanted to go. And David Landrum, I really, really wanted to work for him because he was the best, and I wanted to work at the best. So, and I went every week to his place, and finally he's like, "Are you good for anything?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "I swear, please just give me a chance. I promise you, I'm good. You will not be disappointed." He's like, "All right, well, we're going to Dixon this weekend. You can work this weekend." So I did, and everything was fine. And Monday morning, I was in there working, and he came down about mid-morning, and he looked at me. He's like, What do you think? You have a job or something?" I said, "Hey, you never told me to leave." And he kind of laughed, and I laughed, and I had my first job. And you couldn't tell me anything. I had a job in Middle Tennessee.
Seriously?
Yes.
And so
I
you
was
were a groom.
excited. Yes, I was a groom.
How long did you have that job as a groom?
Well, I worked for him for about maybe 8 months or something like that. And after him, I went to work for Jeff Willis. And I was kind of a groom, but I was getting to ride there.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's kind of, I was kind of getting to get my feet wet a little bit as far as that goes. And then I worked for him for about maybe a year and a half before I went to work for Edgar Abernathy in Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah, complete.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And which I was just kind of young at the time. And when I didn't grow up here, it was very hard for me to kind of fit in with things. And like I said, I was young. And Shelbyville, as much as I held it on a pedestal, it was not what I thought it would be. It just didn't really, we just didn't click. So I went to work for Edgar, and he really got me my start. And
Okay. How did you meet Edgar actually originally?
I was friends with his brother, James.
Okay.
And I was kind of talking to him one day. I was like, well, I kind of just saying I wasn't getting far enough quickly enough, I guess. I really wanted to, this is what I wanted. And he's like, well, have you ever talked to Edgar? No, actually, no. I never thought about that. I never even crossed my mind that I would move to Mississippi. And I did. And I called him, and he told me I'd have a trial run of 2 weeks. He's like, if you're, we'll have good days and bad days. And if at the end of this 2 weeks, if you want to have the job, it's yours. And
Wow.
yeah.
That's pretty amazing for an established trainer to give a trial run. Like, that's a smart way to do it.
Yes.
But what an amazing attitude of it. Like, we're going to have good and bad days in those 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know?
he's very transparent about everything.
Really?
Yeah. And he wasn't wrong,
Really?
Yeah. But I'd rather somebody be that way instead of just,
Me too.
yes.
Me
I
too.
kind of knew what I was getting into.
Okay. And did you meet James and how we all do of, like, when you start going to horse shows, you just start talking to people, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's certain people that really kind of stepped up and were friendly, and that's just, the Abernathys in general are very social, friendly people. And so we just
That's fair.
became friends. And
How far is your commute from Edgar's place in Mississippi to Shelbyville?
4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
and
closer than I thought it would
yeah,
be.
it's not bad. I drive up here every weekend that I don't have a horse show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's not bad.
And where in Mississippi is Edgar located?
It's Byhalia, Mississippi. And
Byhalia?
Yes. Which is
Ooh.
right outside Olive Branch, which is a bigger town, which is very close to Memphis.
Okay.
So it's all.
When you say Byhalia, you almost need the southern accent.
Yeah.
Bahalia.
Yeah.
Like, that
Got a little
is
flair to it.
that is kind of beautiful to say.
Yeah.
Bahalia. Now, you've had times in your career that you trained on your own, right?
Mhm.
How did that come to be?
Whenever I moved, I worked for Edgar for a long period of time, and we kind of parted ways, and I moved back up here and worked at a couple different barns, and then I started working for Leatherwood
Okay.
with Justin Janae. And he had 2 farms. He had one in Belfast and then one in Lewisburg. Well, I was running the Lewisburg barn.
Okay.
And for about maybe a year and a half, and then he came to me, said, he was going to close that portion of the barn unless I wanted to take it over. And I was like,
Oh.
well, yeah, I guess I'll take it over. And
Okay.
that's just, I kind of fell into my lap. And before that time, though, I never really aspired to have my own place. I enjoyed working for somebody. I liked being an employee. But yeah, after I've taken that role, I loved running my own barn.
Really?
Yeah, it was really cool.
What year was that you had your own place for the first time?
2020, I think. Yes, I believe
Okay.
that's when that's.
What would have surprised you the most about having your own business, having your own gig in that first year?
It's really hard. It's really, you do not realize the cost of everything that runs, all that it takes to run a barn. I had no idea.
Mm.
I had no idea.
So much of it outside the actual action of riding.
Yeah, because up until that time, that's all I'd done is ride. And I, of course, I had a business deals and stuff like that. But I mean, you've got to be everything. Your billing, your employees, maintenance. I mean, it's a lot for one person.
Right. Even customer relationships is a job in and of itself too.
Yes,
I know.
that's a whole other job after hours. Because then keep your relationships there. Major respect to everybody that has has their own barn, and just absolute respect for them.
And then what year did you go back with Edgar?
This year, yeah.
Yes, so 25 is your
mhm.
first year back.
Yes.
Okay. What's the personnel setup like there? Are you an assistant trainer with him, like technically?
Technically, yeah, I guess
Okay.
technically. Whenever I closed my barn, I brought about 25 horses with me down there with my customers. But yeah, I'm more or less kind of an assistant trainer.
Okay. And how many people are riding at Edgar's? Is it just you and him?
No, and his daughter Claudia, and then of course we have a couple men that ride colts. So there's a lot of activity every single day.
That's a big staff.
Yeah,
5 people in the
Yes.
saddle. Wow. How many head are down there with you?
about 70.
Whew.
Yeah, so we have a lot of horses, but I mean a lot of employees, and they're all very, very good at their job. You can't get anywhere without them.
Has Edgar always been located in Bahalia?
Yeah, he's had it. I don't even really know how many years he's been in business, but he's really grown that farm and everything. It's amazing the business that he's created.
I hope you don't think this too naive of me, but I only see Edgar in Shelbyville. And so it's actually a bit hard to conceptualize.
Right.
Y'all are down in Mississippi, because everywhere and every time I see you all in the ring, it's all local here.
Yes. We do a lot of traveling. And he loves the shows, and so do I. So that's kind of where we really get along, that we're going to, if there's a horse show, we'll probably be there.
Really?
Yeah.
So then if you're showing something like a Friday and Saturday night, are you running back home and coming back, or are you hanging out someplace up here?
He has a farm that he bought up here on 64 West. And I think he's had that maybe 3 years or something like that.
Okay.
It makes it really nice, which really this summer we stayed majority of the summer there.
Really?
Yeah, we kept horses here, and
Okay. That had to make it a lot
a
easier.
whole lot easier.
I love it.
You knew I wanted to be up here, so.
Your favorite part about working with Edgar?
We understand each other. We really get along. I mean, he taught me, he kind of put me on the map there. He gave me the opportunity that I wanted, and we just understand each other. We're a good team. Very, very good team.
Well, and you must have similar riding styles too. I don't think you can really be in a barn without with different riding styles and be successful. So you must ride similarly too.
Yeah, we do. We think the same. It's pretty cool dynamic that he and I both have.
That's I experienced that with my mom, but she's the one who taught me how to ride, and to me it makes sense that like family rides like each other. But somebody outside of family riding like is a little unusual.
Yeah,
and so
it's
that's
wild.
pretty cool. Has to probably grow into a family environment, right?
Yes. Yep. Definitely. Yeah, we're all super close.
But it seems that way with Abernathy's anyway. I see them everywhere. Gosh, they have a lot of history in the breed
Yeah.
too. And so I bet that's an environment where it's easy to feel like family.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's very, very family oriented. And even with the customers, I mean, that's just your customers kind of become your friends, and it's just like fellowship all the way around.
That's
It's
awesome.
really unique kind of way that they run their barn.
Really?
Yes.
And the customer involvement. And
Yes.
have a lot of their customers just been there forever?
Yeah. Yeah, they really have. Because, I mean, I worked there for probably 7, 8 years, something. Then I was gone probably 7, 8 years. And when I came back, it's like none of us ever missed a beat. I mean,
Get
it's
out.
Like, yeah, it's like I just came right back home and we all,
Wow.
like I never left. It's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yes.
That is very cool and unusual, especially in a family business. Sometimes family businesses are only family businesses for a reason.
Right. Right.
So you must really fit. They must really love you.
Yeah. Yep. They've been good to me. I love them too.
How long have you had your trainer's card?
Not as long as you think. About probably 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 years. In that 10 years of being a trainer professionally, sometimes victories are just kind of hard earned. Can you think of anything in your career, a victory inside the show ring or out of, that really sticks out to you as something that will never leave you just because you had to earn it the hard way?
Trying to think on it. That's a good question. I feel like a lot of them I have to kind of try the hard way. But one that I guess I really truly enjoyed that wasn't exactly a victory, but just an awesome moment for me was in 2017 whenever we were second in the big stake with Incredible Machine, and I was working for Edgar, and that was just awesome. That was the coolest moment of my whole entire life. And I sat in the lineup. I was like, man, I don't care if I get dead last tonight. Like, this is
Really?
Yeah. Like, this is awesome. It was amazing. It really was.
Was that your first? I mean, that wasn't your first time in the big stake, was it?
Yeah.
It was your first time in there.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I know you got second that night, but I didn't realize
Got
it was your first
second.
time in
Yes.
there.
And it was a tie, and it was the only tie in history. And we,
Get out.
yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool.
Wow. Wow. You obviously, I mean, I'm sure you got some attention for being a woman in the ring. I mean, I'm
Right.
sure you run into that kind of attention
Yes.
all the time. But there had to be some excitement about that just because you were just in there for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Def-
so some rookie jitters more than just like paving the way for women.
Right. Yeah. I was joking. People ask me a lot if I get nervous. I said, no, I don't really get nervous. But if you see me being busy and doing absolutely nothing, I'm kind of so I guess right before the show started, after we unloaded horses and stuff, that specific night, I was outside at the barn raking the gravel, making everything perfect. And my mom walks, she's like, honey, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Like, whatever I could do to kind of keep my mind
Very busy.
busy. Yeah. And so, but after we got in and got the horse and everything, everything was fine. But
And was that always the plan for you to go in the big stake that night? I mean, for the whole season, were you working up to that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't think we ever expected it to become that big, I guess I should say. I mean, the crowd was so loud, and they just got behind us. It was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool.
That had to be pretty unusual and be a big change
Yes.
in the ride, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
How'd your horse respond in that?
Oh, great. I mean, he just, he was a show horse through and through. And
Really?
Yeah.
Liked his job?
Yes. Yeah. We both kind of thrived off of it.
Was Edgar in the ring on another horse that night, or was it just you in there?
No, it was just me, but he was on, of course, helping me, coaching kind of on the outside of the ring, and that's kind of what goes with that dynamic that he and I just know what each other are thinking. I mean, we just, it's really unique. It's pretty cool.
Well, in that environment you have with Edgar, what are some of your favorite things about working in a multi-trainer situation like you do?
Learning from other trainers, really. And that's what I, especially not just at Edgar's, but say when I worked for Leatherwood, there was 4 or 5 other trainers, and from completely different areas, different walks of life, everything. So it was really kind of cool to get to learn just different things, because like any kind of horseman, we love to continue learning about a horse, learning different training methods, learning anything. And that was pretty cool to get to experience that.
I'm glad you say that, Blaise, because I don't know that everybody feels the same way that you do. I think sometimes people kind of get locked into what they're doing, or maybe feel the need to defend what they do as the best way. I'm really happy to hear you have an attitude of
Yeah.
especially people who do things professionally. and get kind of wrapped up in how they do things and that's just the way to do it.
Right.
And so you must be in an environment like Edgar must feel the same way that you do.
Yeah.
I don't think an attitude like yours can coexist with any
Right.
other, right?
Right.
That's fair.
Yep.
Okay. In your career with horses, from whom and what was the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Probably, I love this phrase right here, and I say it a lot, and I tell a lot of people, I'm kind of passing it along. It's a pressure is a privilege. When you have a lot of pressure on you, a lot of good time horses, and, just, gosh, step up to the plate. Not everybody gets that opportunity. It doesn't come around all the time.
Who told you that?
Well, it came from actually Sam McLaughlin, which I worked with him for several years, which came from Alan Calloway. I have loved that term, and I say it a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and I tell people, if especially, if people are nervous or something, and pressure's a privilege. It's okay. You step up to the plate. It'd be one thing if you're just going in there riding. You have a chance to win.
You got a little spicy competitive edge to you.
I do. Yeah.
Blaise behind the very kind, sweet persona you've got, Blaise. I see your spicy side in there. In your professional opinion, what do you find to be the most challenging part of training horses?
Talking to customers. We're going to be real transparent right here. I am not good at it.
You are not the only one.
Yeah. Well, that makes me feel better. I like to train horses. I like messing with a horse. The rest of it, I just let me deal with the horse.
I didn't realize and gained a ton more respect for my mom when I moved to Tennessee and became a customer. Expectation management alone, making sure that people have enough information to not necessarily have grandiose expectations and to understand how things might fall. Man, you're having to have some tough conversations, aren't you?
Right. Yes.
How does that work in your multi-trainer system? Is there somebody assigned to have the tough conversations?
Edgar.
Everybody. Oh, okay.
Talk to the boss man.
I want to talk to you about this, but the best person.
Yeah, talk to him. I'm just an employee. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do No. But I do push a lot off on him.
His name's on the door. I get
it. Right?
No, you're not the only one. And I don't envy your position with that. I don't think that people get into horse training for the customer relations part of it. And as many good conversations as trainers seem to have, they seem to almost have to have as many difficult conversations. And no, don't feel alone in that. If you met somebody that was actually going into training their first year, do you have any specific advice that you give them?
Yes. Work hard and stay hungry and love the animal more than the sport. I think that's a big thing. Love the animal more than the sport.
That's a great piece of advice. Being a woman in the industry.
Yeah.
Do you get asked too many questions? Do you get sick of talking about being a woman in the industry?
No, I think it's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Woman empowerment, stuff like that. That's kind of my vibe. I
Is
really
it?
love it. Yes, I really love that. And getting to be a woman in this industry and be successful is awesome.
And I think people handle that woman empowerment a little differently, case to case, right? Like some people just want to be in their industry and just do good work and not have the woman focus.
Right.
But I admire those like you that do want to talk about being a woman in the industry, mostly because it's a unique angle.
Yes.
Particularly in ours.
Yeah.
And when I say that of the breed in general, but in the flat shot side of things, a woman trainer is not an unusual situation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it seems to be more unusual on the performance side.
Yes.
And so that's when you agreed to sit down with me, it made me excited to be able to talk about this with you. When it comes to performance trainers that are women, there are not many out there. Can you name some women that specifically influenced your career with walking horses?
I have absolute respect for the, women trainers before me and everything, and especially the ones that have won the big stake. I mean, they haven't been very many of them, and that's awesome. I wanted to be Jimmy McConnell when I was growing up. That's kind of that.
I mean, Mike, I can't even think of many women trainers out there for examples to be set for you, right?
Right. Yeah, there really weren't.
Okay. Doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
Mhm.
It just means that is just the way the industry is.
Right.
What challenges or advantages do you find in the industry as a woman?
I never really wanted to ever say that I didn't get a certain place because I'm a woman, or I didn't get a certain anything because of that. Because that's okay. If if I'm going to be in a man's world, I'm going to outman the man. If that makes any sense.
There's a spicy place. I like that. I asked this because I've worked in male-dominated industries as well.
Mhm.
Right. Do you find it hard to be taken seriously or respected in the industry because you're a woman?
Really? No.
Yeah?
Kind of, I came in and I carried myself and I kind of demanded respect and I got it back.
Really?
And the men in this industry they've been really great, really truly. I mean, the other trainers they've all been they've been
You,
pretty
you
cool.
don't seem like the type to walk in, though, expecting it without earning it.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
So if you came into this industry ready to work as a groom,
Right.
then obviously you were ready to earn it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do whatever it took. This is what I've always wanted to do my whole entire life. There was no option of not making it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So if you think about your first spotlight ride, was it as a first female trainer to achieve that spotlight ride? I mean, are you
Yes,
are we looking at a whole era where every spotlight ride you take is going to be the
No.
first female trainer in that position?
No, it was I was the first woman to ever win the 3-year-old World Grand Championship.
Okay.
Yes, looking back, like watching that chokes me up a little bit. Getting to hear that the way he announced it and everything, I was like,
Really?
man, that's awesome.
Was it
yeah.
Mark Centering announcing?
Yeah.
There's something about the way Mark Farrar announces, and he pays enough attention in the industry to understand people and the background behind them
right.
that just...
He's top tier. He's done that twice. When I won that, and then I was the first woman to win the trainer show.
Really?
Yes, and he went through a whole big thing of saying like Jimmy McConnell's won them the most, and then he went down. He's like, but never before has a female one, and then the place just erupted.
Whoa!
So cool, so cool, and that chokes me up a little bit. I mean, I'm very very blessed. I mean, it's very very blessed.
Well, I think what that can tell you too, maybe without telling you expressly, is the amount of respect that the people have for you.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people talk that way about others without it.
Yeah.
And so the way you carry yourself, Blaise, must be pretty humble and ready to earn respect. Because I say that as someone who doesn't know you well, as to what I observe out of like how people treat each other. I think especially this walking horse group in Middle Tennessee, if you walk in expecting something without willing to work hard, they tell you real fast to slow down, kid. So I can appreciate that. I ask this because I think this is a phenomenon that happens across all breeds with horses in general, but not just walking horses. And I experienced this as a kid, and I think it happens with women, this whole people on the rail like telling you to smile thing. I don't observe it on men.
Yeah, right.
Maybe in youth classes,
yes.
But I that whole thing of people telling women to smile on the rail is kind of like nails on a chalkboard to me. It just really pushes me off.
Yes.
Do you get that?
Yeah, and especially I'm very known for my smile, I guess. I'm always smiling.
Because I see some showing pictures of you working. Like you don't have a resting bitch face. I know you don't. But you are working on a lot of the rail shots I see.
I say I come into the ring, I probably talk to, hey, how you doing? But when they call us to step off, that's business.
Okay. You look like it's business and with your face and everything.
Yeah.
So the reason I asked the question is because I wondered if, people actually told you smile.
Yeah. No, not usually. I think they know. So I smile when I come out of here. But right now I'm ready to handle business.
That's fair. I'm glad. So I hope you don't mind me asking, are you single?
No, I'm not. No, I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
And
is he in the industry?
He is.
Wonderful. What do you think it takes to date a female walking horse trainer?
Oh, I don't wish it on anybody. No, they have to, and this is something has really kind of been really relevant in my life. They have to be in the industry or they don't understand it. For like a male horse trainer, they have a wife and she does little things. Still when they come home at night after working horses all day, they're the wife, they're the girlfriend, whatever. They have that role played. When you're a female horse trainer, when you work just as hard and you're just as dirty and just as tired, it's a whole different dynamic. So what I've gathered is they have to be in the industry or it does not work. They just don't understand. They don't understand why you go out of town. They don't understand why just different things like that.
We see very few female trainers out there, probably even less moms out there training horses. I asked this of you because of the women experiencing like different family roles in life. Do you think that having a family, being a mom, and being a horse trainer are life roles that can coexist?
That's a very good question. And I guess I'm getting to the age in life that I'm asking myself that a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I've been so career oriented my whole life. I was so in love with training horses. And now I'm kind of getting to like, can I do both? Would I ever really fill that role? And I like to think so. I mean, but you'd have to have a family or somebody around you that really kind of helped with everything.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the flat shod side of things, we have a current example in Bailey Mom. I know growing up as a kid, the generations before us and have been trainers that were a mom at the same time. There's not a lot of female trainers out there anyway, but ones that have children in the house at this time. Yeah, that's what made me ask the question, because I can't think of another example in the show ring right now that are trainers with kids other than Bailey.
Yeah, that's really that's it.
She's got a great village around her too.
Yeah,
Her
she
mom
does.
comes in and helps out. And
That's
I always
cool.
think that's great. Moving on to the story time part of the interview. You have gone through a professional equestrian's worst nightmare and having a vehicle accident
Yes.
and suffering injury for it. Can you tell me how that day started when you realized you were in trouble with your accident?
I don't remember. Truthfully, I don't remember anything. I remember whenever I woke up on the x-ray table and I could hear him talking about my legs.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, and I was like, what? You know, I was panicking about what's wrong with my legs. And do you know Karen McGee?
Yes.
Yeah, she came bebopping in with a hat on, and I'm like, am I dead? You know, like, what are you doing here? She's like, you're fine, baby, you're fine. You just had an accident. She's like, you're at Vanderbilt. I'm like, in Nashville? She's like, yeah. It's like, oh no. And
wow. Where were you when this happened?
I was in kind of between Shelbyville and Lewisburg.
Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And whenever I went to go into surgery, my surgeon was kind of just talking to me and everything, and he asked me what I did for a living. I said I train horses, and I said I train them at a very high level, and his whole face dropped. And I was like, no, doc. I said, you don't understand. I was like, you've got to fix my legs. You've got to fix my legs. And he did a heck of a job because I
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. And which I put the work in. Whenever they finally got me up to walk, I was walking everywhere. I wasn't going to do a wheelchair. I was fixing to walk.
So, I mean, forgive me for not catching on to your answer, I guess, as quickly as I did. Did you say you don't remember the accident itself?
Right. I don't remember anything. I don't remember a single thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so how long were you in recovery?
In the hospital, 2 weeks.
2 weeks in the hospital.
Mhm.
And
The first
then
week,
physical
they didn't-
therapy?
Yes. Yeah, I stayed with physical therapy for probably 6 months or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just because I was able to walk and everything, but I would like swing my leg, and I couldn't help it. I could not get my gait right, and this gonna sound so stupid, but I was like, a pretty girl, but dang it, the way she walks, and I'm like, no, please, I've got to walk normal. That sounds so ridiculous to say out loud, but
No. I'm sure you were worried about a myriad of things.
Yes.
And so, am I gathering it correctly that you had to relearn how to walk?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I broke my femur, I broke my knee, my foot, dislocated my hip, and then I had a bunch of like internal injuries as well. But they kept me bedridden the first week,
Okay.
and then they got me up, and I could walk maybe the length of this table the first day, and I'd have to sit down. But then the second day, it was on, and I was
Really?
Yes, I was walking out of breath, but I was walking.
So how long did that have you down and out from training?
Not maybe it felt like an eternity, but probably about 3 months maybe as far as getting on a horse.
So you were getting on a horse before you were done with physical therapy?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I was
I gotta ask, were you cleared too?
no. But I did really, really well for a long time. And then it got to where I got to trust myself right here. It's time to get busy. I've got to survive. And so
I'm sure that you probably had to be selective about the horses that you went on too, right? You weren't like on colts or anything. You were on.
No, I'm an
aged.
idiot. No, I rode a barefoot colt the first time. Yeah. Excuse me, Mom, don't listen to this. But yeah. All right. Well, the way it went is I had him in the cart.
You see what happened was.
But I told the guys, if you can hold him and get me up here, I'm up here. And
Blaise.
they did. And it was fine. Everything was fine.
I'm sure you're probably careful on who you tell that story to.
Yeah.
Let time pass more, the easier it's
Absolutely.
able to
Now
tell.
it's on this podcast.
So how long was it before you were back full time?
About those 3 months. Yeah.
Oh, so you didn't just like ride once and then wait a week to feel
No,
like
I went
more.
on. Yeah, I went on. Got to riding. Yeah,
Damn,
after
girl.
I figured I could and everything worked all right. Oh yeah, I got back to riding.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Damn. Tough girl.
Yeah, that tough and stupid run hand in hand sometimes.
Well, I mean, would you credit the people around you for being able to do that and being able to do so safely? Like, do you want to give them a shout out? And
Oh yeah, I mean, I could go on and on about the people I want to thank. My guys at the barn because they kept everything running. My family my mom came down and stayed with me and just took care of me for
Really?
however long. Yeah, she needed to. And my customers for staying because I was scared. Whenever I was in the trauma unit for a couple days, and I did have some horses leave. And getting those phone calls of those horses leaving when I couldn't even walk, I was like, "Holy smokes!" Like I don't get scared very often. I was scared, but it all worked out. And people that stayed, yeah, they were awesome. And just in the walking horse community in general was awesome. They just
you could see that from social media.
Man, they were so just the text, just the everything. They super, super supportive, and they really got me through it too. Everybody did. I couldn't have done it without every single person.
You must have had a lot of contact because when you would post something on social media, you would give updates and pretty specific, like a lot of detail to it.
Yeah.
And so you must have been getting asked a ton of questions.
Yeah.
As the feedback you got on those posts too
Mm-hmm.
was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
There's something about this community that takes care of itself
Right.
and their members within it. I worked on a fundraiser for Misty Gardner when she got sick with COVID, and seeing people outreach is astounding.
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
In a competitive environment too.
Right. The walking horse community is a competitive environment, but family. We're just a huge, one big family. And it's
Amazing.
really cool. Yes.
Do you suffer any aches, illness, like anything since that? Or do you think you're back 100% just like you were?
No, I wouldn't say that, but for the most part, yeah. Like
Okay.
my hips and stuff bother me a little bit, but they should. If that's the worst of it, we're in
Okay.
good shape. Yeah.
So something you can take a Tylenol for
Oh,
and then
yeah.
be, and
Yeah,
be better for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You come through that.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I was spied a ton of pictures of you on social media doing some trail riding.
Yeah.
What role does trail riding play in your life?
Which, like I said earlier in the interview, that I come up here every weekend, and one is to see my boyfriend, and two is a trail ride. My two loves, because yeah, and I especially whenever the weather gets cool down. I'm kind of a fair weather trail rider. Whenever it's real hot, I'm not. But pretty much every weekend I ride. I keep my horse up here.
Okay.
And, yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's a lot of people say, oh, I can't ride horses all week and then want to do it on the weekend. But it's just a whole different kind of thing. I mean, it's just relaxing to me. It's still, there's a skill to it that I really enjoy, but it's not a job. Kind of reminds you why you loved a horse in the first place.
That's fair. And I can see that you're familiar with working in front of a camera. With everything that I'm seeing online, you are not uncomfortable in these settings.
No.
So it seems to be something that you've done before.
Yes. And
So-
no one would think that because I'm super shy, but I can do,
Get out.
oddly enough, yeah, I'm painfully shy.
Really?
But like stuff like this, I'm in my element.
That's insane.
Yeah,
would
I don't know why.
never guessed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, but I am horribly shy.
So then when you're speaking and I'm seeing you, is it just you and a camera so you can speak in public too, in front of people?
It depends on the setting a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah, but
That tends to be a different monster.
yes.
Like sometimes people can get on like in front of a camera and be fine.
Right.
And then getting in front of people is like
Yeah.
really horrible.
Yeah. That's pretty much the way it is actually. Because like I'm on the trainer's board.
Are you really?
Yeah, and I cannot talk. Like they all joke about that I don't have anything else to say. Unless I'm really passionate about something.
Okay.
Then I'll have something to say. But for the majority of the time, I will not say two words. I just listen to everybody.
Well, and I've seen some work that you've done for Dean and for Tommy, and saw you had a YouTube channel of your own, which not everybody in our industry does. You seem to really enjoy that. What motivates you to create that content that I've seen you have out there? Because I've seen even some vlog style stuff and things
Yeah.
in the past. What motivates you to do that?
In school, they all said I probably should have been in media.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's something I've always enjoyed. And I want to reach out to the younger audience, just get people excited a little bit about things because I love this industry so much. And I want to get new people involved. I want people to be excited about it. I just keep them informed, different little things like that I just kind of thought social media is a great, tool, and we need to use it.
And free.
Yeah, and it's free. Yeah. Like whenever I saw you had this podcast, I was like, that's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. That's what we need right here.
Thank you. I what I've learned in it, and it's been kind of fascinating. Not everybody's a podcast listener or understands how to listen to one, but I've been thankful for people's reception of it, because I'll be really honest with you. My main motivator in it is to kind of build community. I know that may sound silly, but working with media, you may understand this. Almost every community, whether it's church community or whatever, I think we're all better for getting to know each other.
Right.
And I think that if you don't do that, you're missing out on one of the better parts of it. And so my hope, sincere hope, was not only that people in Tennessee enjoy it and consume the content, but people outside of the state of Tennessee also enjoy it. And so that's why I really just kind of want to talk to everybody, like farriers, vets, judges, whatever, because I think the breed reaches people in all these different ways that are so different from our own experiences. And so I appreciate you saying that about the podcast. Thank you. This gets us into my last question of the day. And I've asked this to every podcast interview that I've had, not including any horses that you have raised or owned or ridden yourself. In imagining a Mount Rushmore of our industry's greatest horses of all time, what 4 horses in the industry stick out to you and are unforgettable to you in our breed?
Across the board, Justified Honors. I'm so in love with that horse. I'll stop what I'm doing to go watch him exhibit, to show, to anything like that. And I think he should be across all of. Because he's awesome. I mean, he never misses. And it's like he gets almost better every year. He's an amazing athlete.
That isn't unusual.
Yeah. I was like, sorry. That's but I'm so tunnel visioned on that horse right now. Yes.
But, now I'm thinking about a Mount Rushmore with just like Abe Lincoln's across it or something. Same question, but for flat shot horses.
Blacklist. I love Blacklist. He's always been one of my favorites. I got to ride him at Tunica a couple years ago, just kind of.
Really?
Yeah, he was awesome. Luciano, love him. King Mojo, love him. And there was a horse this year that showed at the celebration. He was like in a juvenile class, flaxen mane and tail. Whoop the heck out of it. I don't
bet I can fill in the blanks for you on that one. It was 24 carats ML.
Yeah,
was the girl,
probably.
the girl have gold chaps on?
Yeah, yes.
Yep,
yeah, that's exactly right.
He actually was the first maiden winner ever.
Okay.
Owned by Maggie Moore for the longest time. And that girl, her name's Abigail, showed him for the first time at the International and then went on to the celebration and picked up a championship.
Good.
So on that completion of his championship win that night, every maiden winner has won a set of roses at the celebration.
No kidding. That's awesome.
So
that's really awesome.
But that's funny that you say that, because there are not that many flat shod championships at the celebration. You picked a great list of flat shod horses, I have to say.
Thank you.
So, Blaise, this has been so pleasant. I knew you'd be good at this, but you were exceptional. Thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you back if you'd ever
Thank
be
you. Yes, I'd
available.
love to.
No, thank you so much, Blaise.
I cannot thank Blaise enough for sitting down with me today, for teaching me how to say Byhalia, Mississippi. I had so much fun with her, and I'm so looking forward to getting to know her better. I hope you enjoyed the interview too. Be sure to follow us on all socials and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe here on YouTube and hit that notification bell, and we will see you in the next one. This is the Flatwalk Please podcast, and I am your host, Kim Richwine.
This is Flatwalk Please podcast with your host, Kim Richwine.